Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a talk through everyday makeup tutorial. Yay! I know it's been forever since I've done a tutorial, but you guys have requested this one. So even though it's 9 o'clock at night, more like almost 10, 9:30ish, let's round up, whatever, okay? Yeah, you guys have been requesting it, so I decided that I would just film it right now since I have nothing else to really do, and instead of sitting in my bed and crying, I decided to get my ass up and film. So, I've already put my eyebrows on. I used my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in Auburn. It's my mom's. It's really, really light. It's more like a reddish brown. It's kind of gross. In color, not in consistency for me. And I also use my Maybelline Brow Drama Crayon. And I use that with the Anastasia brush, the dual-ended brush. How much was that? That was like $18. My mom wanted to buy it, so I was like, go ahead, girlfriend. I'll borrow it. But anyway, so we're going to start off with priming our eyes. And I always prime my eyes no matter what because I do have darker lids. Let's turn off the music. I have darker lids, all these veins, and I usually look dead because I don't get any sleep. So then they're really, really dark. But I'm using the NYX eyeshadow base. It's the skin tone color. And I just use this concealer brush and just apply that on to both lids. This brush is from the brand 6 Plus. I get them from, or got them from, Amazon. They're like the cheapest dupe for Sigma brushes. So yeah, if you're just starting off but you really want like that pro quality, I would definitely check these out. They do come from China, so they do take a little bit longer to get here, but it is worth the wait. They do not shed the way other brushes do, and that's why I really like them, and they're very, 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 very inexpensive, or at least they were when I bought them. I've noticed that they have kind of gone up a little bit in price. That $5 difference does make a difference in my pocket and in my life, so I haven't purchased any in a while. Also because the only reason why I want to buy them is because I don't want to wash the brushes that I have. So a lazy daisy over here. Anyway, so after I do that, I like to set them. Instead of using an eyeshadow, I would like to use my Ben Nye Banana Powder, but I placed it inside of the compact for my NYX HD Powder Foundation in Banana. And I kind of just mix those two together a little bit and just set the base. It allows the shadows to blend a lot smoother. Because sometimes I've noticed if I don't do this, once I go in straight with the shadow, it's much harder to blend because it just kind of sets the cream that was used. And that's not good when you go in straight in the crease. Oh, and the brush that I used is the setting brush from Real Techniques, which I also need to wash. So typically for my everyday look, it's never anything that serious. Usually, honestly though, my everyday look has been no makeup, not even eyebrows, which is hella weird for me. But I will either use my Lorac Pro palette, I think this is the second one, or my Anastasia Lavish palette. I absolutely adore this palette. My favorite color in here was Orange Soda. I could buy the single, but I'm broke, so we just work with what we got. So today for this tutorial, I'm going to use the Lorac Pro because all the colors that I'm going to need for my everyday is in this palette. So if I can find my brush, then we can get started. Okay, using this fluffy shadow brush from 6 Plus. These are all pretty much brushes from 6 Plus. I don't know why that was so hard for me to get out. But I'm going to go in with Buff. And I'll use that to either go over the whole lid or just highlight the brow bone. So we're just gonna do that. We're gonna highlight the brow bone. Nothing too crazy because, I mean, I don't do anything. So it's like, what's the point of getting fancy? And then you just get shit all up in your eyes. And then you have eye boogers. Yuck. Moving on. Using that same exact brush, just on the other side, I'm going to go into the color Nectar, which is like a pinky mauvey something. I don't know, and I'm just going to put that all over the lid. TBH, I don't do my lid color till the end, but I'm just trying to get through this as fast as I can without talking way too much and totally not keeping anybody's attention, even though I'm sure like 20 people have already left this video. Das cool. So I just go in and I pat it on just because when I rub, it moves my contact and then I gotta sit there and go like this for like an hour. It's pretty horrible. I don't like that. So next, another 6+ brush. 6+ brush. I'm gonna go in with light brown, and that's gonna be my transition or crease color. And I go in there with a really light hand, just because these colors come off really, really pigmented. And I just do those windshield motions as everyone else. And then we are pretty much all blended out. So then I take this Real Techniques brush. This is the base shadow brush. It's actually perfect for the crease. And I will typically go in with, what the f is on my brush, bro? I will typically go in with the color Sienna from the Lavish palette, but never mind. I'm just gonna go do that right now. I'm just trying not to use so many colors, but whatever. Since all these shades are now available, even though this palette is not, it's all good. Tap off the excess and just go on the outer corner and tap the product in there. I don't know why I remove my neck every time I put on eyeshadow. And then we slightly blend up and in to give the depth to the eye. And then what I like to do, like some people find this to be really odd, but this is like the perfect shape. I just put it inside the crease, keep my eye open, look up at the camera, and really just start blending it in there. I don't know why I like to do that. I guess it gets pretty precise and really stays in the crease, but it's also just really fun to do sometimes. So yeah. Then I'll go back in with, not this palette, but with the Nectar shade, or if I feel like my eyes are looking like they're going to be too overdone, I will go in with one of the shimmer shades and douse my lid in that. But for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna keep it Nectar. Okay, so typically I would probably put on eyeliner, but like seriously, my winged liner game has not been that strong, so I've been skipping liner. If you see me with liner on, it's because I tried to experiment and be cool and just wasn't. So let's see what mascara do I want to use today. I usually just use whatever is in front of me in my mess of vanity. So I'm going to take my Urban Decay Super Curling Mascara. And that's just because it's the easiest one to use. It's available. It's actually really old, so I probably should be throwing it out. I got this sample like forever ago. And I don't think the full size is available. If it is, let your girl know. And I'll only do the top because I have to go in and do the rest of my face. Sweet. Mascara casualties. I have to go in and do the rest of my face so I don't put on my bottom mascara because that tends to smudge all the time. So I'm going to do my face off camera, probably, or as I'm talking to you. Fuck it, we'll just, I don't know, we'll see how the editing situation goes. But I pretty much, oh, I didn't put a primer on. Sweet giblets. Anyway, whatever. If I do use a primer, it's either, if it's hot as balls outside like it has been, I'll use my Neutrogena Shine Control Primer. And if it's just like your typical bullshit, really freezing hot dub, I'm gonna stop talking. Or I'll just use the Primed and Poreless from Too Faced. It's not my favorite primer, but it's all I have. And then I use my half a brush because the bottom broke off of a 6+ brush because I got it too wet. And I just buff this shit in. And usually after I blend it in with this brush, I'm upset because my whole face is shiny. Not because I need to set it or anything, but because when I was washing my brushes last time, I used a little too much olive oil as opposed to just a little dash. And I'm pretty sure there's still olive oil in my brushes, even though I've used soap and makeup remover to try to clear that out. I'm still left with this hella dewy complexion. But, you know, it's all gravy. So this concealer I'm using is from True Match. It's from L'Oreal True Match. I think this is, I don't know what the shade is. Everything will be listed down below though. And how will I be doing this today, Mr. President? With a little bit of, well, this isn't even Fix Plus anymore. I just keep putting water in here because I'm too lazy to keep getting up to go to the sink to wash the beauty blender. So I just dampen it with that. And then just blend out. And my battery's dying. So instead of filming unnecessary stuff, I'm going to VR. So in addition to nothing, whatever, okay, next. So now that my concealer is on, I go in with the beauty blender and I set my under eye. I've noticed how amazing actually baking your face can really be. So I've been pretty much obsessed with it lately. Because I've been feeling like I have like these super dark circles and areas and whatnot. And I'm not about that buying 10 different color concealers to conceal under my face, to put a foundation over it, to put more concealer, to add a highlight. It's bullshit. So I'm just like, no. Just bake your face, bitch. You're alright. Let it sit there for a minute. Blah, 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 blah. Let's act like it's been on for a long enough time. Who's texting me? My bestie. And just dust that shit off real quick. I swear to God, it makes such a difference, especially when you're looking like a vampire. My brother told me I look like I've been sucking blood all night. AKA vampire. Then I'll go in with a different mascara to just do the bottom lashes. If I'm going somewhere, I'll add a little bit of shadow underneath, and it's usually the sienna shade, whatever I use to darken the crease, just to bring it to the eyes. And yeah, and then for lips, I literally just lick them and wipe off whatever other shit I've had on my mouth. And boom, this is pretty much just my everyday makeup look that I like to do. I like to do something to my eyes, put on some brows, set my face. And that's pretty much it. I'll exfoliate my lips and probably throw on an EOS balm or something like that. But I don't really throw on like a lipstick because I don't wear that shit every single day. But if I do, it's my Kat Von D Lolita. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this talk through tutorial. If you have any other comments or questions or anything like that, just leave them down below. Follow me on all of my social media, including my Snapchat, because I am quite the character there. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.